Happy Sabbath and good afternoon. And we are back again live for another special episode of In Harmony COVID Conversation. And we pose this question for today's episode. Babae, sino ka ba? In this time of pandemic, kaya ba? Do watch out for our episode this afternoon because we have prepared a very special episode for you. Sit back, relax, enjoy the Saturday afternoon, and I'll see you with our guests. Yes. Hello mga ka-IH. Good afternoon and happy Sabbath. Andito na naman tayo sa inyong paboritong Saturday afternoon show, ang In Harmony COVID Conversation, and I am so pleased to be joined by the mayor ng In Harmony, Sir John
Hel-
Moncada. Hello, Sir
Hello, good
John.
afternoon, Ma'am Angel. Good afternoon, everyone who's watching us right now. Maayong hapon sa tanan. How are you doing? How are you,
Yes.
Ma'am Angel?
Kumusta, Sir John? I'm good. And I'm so happy. March, the first Saturday of the month, we are celebrating Women's Month.
The
And full
Women's
facts
Month.
kaayo ta
Yes,
karon sa Baduha, di ba? Karong afternoon with
correct.
our guests. Di ba?
Looking forward to the discussion with our guests this afternoon.
Yes, kay murag busy kay tano as makita sa atong mga ato ang mga ka-IH ang ato ang poster ba nga kanabitang we have with us close gyud kay di siya sa akong heart, medyo power but no, her story is very beautiful. Si Auntie Esmerna
Mm-mm.
Gabutina, her story on the Tinabuan Arts and Crafts and how she weathered, was able to
Mm-mm.
establish, di ba, the social enterprise. Ah, tanong po nato kumusta ilahang experience sa pandemic, di ba? Inana. And
Yeah,
with you,
that's
your TCM
interesting to know.
students, di ba? Oo.
Mm-mm.
Imuha, Sir John, imuhang TCM nga student pod no? Will.
Yep, we also have our group of TCM students who will be featured this afternoon, and they will talk about their advocacy. So, padayon gyapon no sa ato mga advocacy we hope that our audience out there will support these advocacy of the TCM students in USTP CDO campus.
Yes, 'di ba? Nindot kayo no, we're seeing mga young blood ba who's doing advocacy work especially no. And this time of pandemic nga mura bitaw with they find kanang productivity in that sense sa ilahang in this pandemic. And kani siya, Sir John, I'm really excited pod because we will be joined this afternoon by no less than, 'di ba? Kanang fellow volunteer na mo siya, media missionary sa Hope Channel, but she is now
Mm.
in Cebu, in the Central Visayas. We will be graced by no less than the Chief Pathologist of DOH Region 7 and the
Mm.
spokesperson also of DOH Region 7, si Doc Jean Loreche, who will share with us her
Mm.
experience sa vaccine. Kaya di ba, this is the week of finally na roll out na ang
Yes,
vaccine. Di ba?
right.
So,
Finally.
unsa gyud siya? Finally, na gyud siya after murag mayra pud no kay wala gyud siya naptan og isa ka tuig. Mura bitaw 2 weeks
Tuig.
bago ta
At least
nag-lockdown.
karon no giabot na sa Cagayan de Oro. No, I believe it was
Yes, 'di ba?
2 days ago nga ning abot siya sa Cagayan de Oro. So at least murag makakita na ta og kahayag sa ani nga
Yes.
kangit-ngit
Light at the end of the tunnel, 'di ba? So, mo na
tunnel.
siya. So excited kaayo ta karong mga hapunan no, mga ka-IH. So, we are also greeting ato ang mga live viewers pod. Og by the way, ang mga TCM interns pod who are joining us this
Yes.
time, 'di ba? Nasa
Salamat
technical
kayo
room.
sa inyong
Oo.
salamat sa inyong presensya.
Yes. Og sugdan nato no pag panimbaya din ha ang ato ang manens. Hello, maayong hapon sa pagpan-aw and of course Efra, maayong hapon, di ba pa shout out. 'Di ba? Og si Vashti also is watching with us this afternoon. Hello, hello. Pa-share
Good
share sa to episode
afternoon.
karon kay nindot kaayo. It's about women empowerment, no? Mayong hapon, Josh. Hi, Wang. And of course, si Mark Calotes. Hello, mga TCM. Pa-shout out din ha. Hello, Mark. Ayan, gi-shout out na kanako.
Parang ano, I can hear the wedding bells ringing.
Ah! 'Di ba,
Bitaw
'di ba,
Mark,
'di ba? Ayun.
congratulations in advance.
Correct, correct. And welcome to the club, Mark. Ano siya? Blessings of love and abundance diya sa inyo, ha. 'Di ba? And ingon si Efren di ay o. Ayun, Happy Women's Month. Mga
Mm-mm.
and pa Women's Month ingon si Efren, 'di ba? O Happy Women's sa tanan atuan ni siya nga bulan karon. So we're celebrating it that. And speaking of that, Happy Women's
Mm-hmm.
Month. Sugdan nato siya Sir John in the celebration with our Bible verse. Na-flash
Bible
ko siya
verse, yes.
kanina.
Mm-hmm.
Yun. Ayun. Itong Bible verse is
So
found
it
in Proverbs
says,
31. Go ahead, Sir John.
yeah, she's clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. Yan. So
Yes.
I think this is a
Proverbs
description
31.
of like kung unsa ang usa ka noble nga wife, no? Mao ba siya,
Yeah.
ma'am? Yeah.
Mm-mm. Sa isa
So
ka babae ba? She's something. Sige,
mm-mm.
go ahead. Bago ko
She's
mag-share.
someone who is what? She's someone who is strong. Mo ba
Mm-hmm.
to? Yung giingon? Can we flash it
Yeah,
again?
ayun.
Please, yeah.
Ayun.
She's clothed with
Clothed with
strength
strength
and
and
dignity.
dignity, and she laughs without fear of the
Mm.
future. So it describes
So
ba
what?
no kung unsa ang babae, 'di ba?
Yep.
Be-
Mm-mm.
because often we see babae secondary siya nga member sa society, ihang productivity is secondary gihapon, 'di ba? Nga dili gyud siya kaayo maka-participate sa mga
In a
istorya-istorya
male
na gani.
Yeah, murag in a male-dominated nga society, murag yun anang stereotyping no sa mga kababaihan, murag secondary lang.
Correct.
Pero
Oo.
pero
Pero, 'di ba, actually even the Bible describes nga ang babae dili siya weak, 'di ba? Dili
correct.
pud siya nga kanang secondary lang siya. Or even if the Bible has said nga wives and the part of the wife submit to your husband, but wala na siya nagpasabot nga si husband na tanan ang modominar, 'di ba? Kay
Mm.
co-equal na siya ang babae,
Yes.
timbang, 'di ba? So equal siya og
Yeah.
strength, equal siya og kanang hatag nga productivity sa ato ang society, 'di ba? So
She can
pareha
be as
lang
strong as the
tanan.
male. Yeah, she can be as
Correct.
strong as the the men.
Mm.
And yeah, mo makahuna-huna gid ko kung kani nga bersikulo ako mabasa, I always think of my mother. Kaya my mother is a strong woman, and I hope that she's watching now. Pero
Correct.
ako man to na
Ma,
send a link.
hello mga mama. Shout out sa mga mama kay ako pud bitaw kong mama among balay no. Di gyud siya ingon nga kanang papara ang isog na mama pud yun nako, di ba? Mo siguro kita ninyo kung anong inana si Angeles ko na kulyara. Charot. Di ba? But no, the last verse, the last line, Sir John ba? Gahan kay ko, no? Kani bitaw, and she
What does
laughs
it
without
say? She
fear
laughs
of
without
the
fear of the
future.
future. Yeah,
Yeah.
no?
Di ba?
Kampante,
Hingkod
and I
kayo.
think tungod na kay ang iyahang, confidence na
Mm-mm.
nagagikan sa Ginoo. So lahi ra gyud
Amen.
kung naatay pagsalig, pagtuo sa Ginoo. Kay we can just laugh at, the uncertainties just like right now. Kay we know that, we have a
Mm-mm.
God who will never leave or nor forsake us.
Correct.
So muna
Amen.
nga kampante. Yeah.
Correct, 'di ba? So in ana gyud siya keeping the faith and kana bitaw kanang naka-hold man gud imong anchor sa kanang kusog nga ground. So mga babae ba? So kay lagi balik ta sa istorya nga stereotype nga mahadlok ka kung unsay what's next for me ana siya especially
Mm-mm.
pud kay before ta nagchika before ta ni onboard na chika nato ang ato ang sunod nga i-guest ni makauban nato karon sa tong kachika Sir John and kwapa sad
Yeah.
gyud kay ba
Yes.
grabe gyud yung pandemic bago siguro ato hangyoon siya no nga bago siya mo share sa iyang istorya sa iyang vaccine nga experience di ba without much further ado mga ka-IH please help me welcome as I have mentioned kaganina ang spokesperson sa DOH Region 7 and the Chief Regional Pathologist. Okay? Doc Mary Jean Loreche. Hi,
Loreche.
Doc. Good
Good
Hi.
afternoon po,
afternoon.
Doc.
Good afternoon, Ange, and good afternoon, JD. May hapon sa tanan.
Maayong hapon. Salamat kaayo Doc sa imuhang time pag uban namo diri karong hapon na. I understand you are busy no with your stuff and you're in Cebu right now. Briefly siguro Doc, we share ta kay murag makarelate ka sa amo ang verse no nga katong ang babae ba. Before ta ni go live I gathered nga you're supposed to be coming back na here in Cagayan, but then na lockdown ka sa Cebu and you are just by yourself yun in Cebu because your family was in. Ano, so how was it? How was that experience, Doc?
Basically kasi you know that I'm based in Cagayan, right? I
Mm-mm.
also service the province of Bukidnon, the province of Marawi as a
Mm-mm.
pathologist. So, way
Mm-mm.
back in 2017, there was a new hospital here in Lapu-Lapu, Mactan that was being constructed and I was, invited to join there. So, I was already flying in and out of Mactan, Lapu-Lapu way back as early as 2018. Pero
Mm-mm.
weekly yan siya eh. And then I go back to Cagayan or I fly to Manila with the kids. But then comes March, before March, I think 2019, I was taken in as a hospital administrator of one hospital here in Mactan, Lapu-Lapu. So I accepted the challenge. So I was here usually 4 days a week.
Oh.
But then comes January of 2020, we knew that Wuhan was already here. So while I was preparing the hospital for the Wuhan virus, that's SARS-CoV-2, that's COVID-19, I was
Mm-mm.
trying to do some innovations for us to be able to accept patients, to test them.
Mm-mm.
So I got involved with the Department of Health because I had to help their blood program. Dahil the demand for
Mm.
blood was great. And then, dahil nga yan sa Wuhan virus, there was a need to do a molecular laboratory. So, ginawa ko, I made sure that ARC Hospital, the one in Lapu-Lapu, and the Department of Health has molecular laboratories. So ako talaga yung naglagay niyan to be able to ramp up the testing for SARS-CoV-2. That was in sometime in March of last year.
Wow.
And then comes the three highly urbanized cities, Lapu-Lapu, Mactan, and Mandaue, including the province. Now they needed guidance already for testing, what to do, how to go about
Mm.
Mm-mm.
it. So I gave up my administrative position in the hospital and now focused on the community. And then the Department of
Mm.
Health requested me to help them, guide them, and be their consultant for all of these events. No, so I joined the Department of Health as a consultant.
Oh.
Initially as pathologist for both blood and molecular laboratories, and then
Mm-mm.
eventually I became the spokesperson. So that's the short of it.
Ay, grabe. Ba, saludo gyud ko always sa imuha Doc. And thank you so much gyud for your generosity of time and kanabitaw sharing of your expertise for making our lives without a little better. Ba? Or
Better,
better,
yeah.
not little. Better gyud siya. So, eto na nga. Salamat kay Doc sa pag-share naman. Ito na nga Sir John kasi last Thursday, Doc, no?
Mhm.
Sa ang nagsugod og rollout og vaccine sa Cebu, Central Visayas, and si Doc Jean was among the first to get the vaccine. Siguro una na mga
Mm.
question, Doc, what was your kind of motivation? What made you decide nga to really finally get the vaccine? Kay with all these controversies, mga ingon nga kanang maghulat lang ta sa katong ano because Sinovac is this and that.
Mm.
Basically kasi no, first off, one of the persons behind the scenes who's trying to do all the testing protocols that is being implemented is me, actually. That's one. So I
Mm.
am part of that, the experts who's conducting that and doing that. And even before the vaccination rollout, we were already, part of those, experts trying to, check on which one and which one. No? So being the spokesperson of the Department of Health, it is but natural that I have to be the first to go for the vaccination. Kasi I have to walk the talk. Remember, I am talking to the people,
Yeah.
inviting them to be vaccinated, giving them guidances on the various vaccines, kung kinsa ang effective, kung unsa ang side effects, unsa nga brand ang gamiton. So part of my commitment is to show the people that I mean when I say it, that all vaccines are created, safe, and they may not be equal in terms of efficacy, and
Efficacy. Yeah.
explain that to them, yeah, because there's a variation in that. But at the end of the day, right now kasi, whatever vaccine you have in your hand, use it to protect yourself, to protect your families, to protect the community. So yan yung mantra natin eh. And so as spokesperson of the Department of Health, where my face is the DOH, I have to live that, no? So wala akong agam-agam sa bakuna. I believe the vaccine has always been created for us to be benefiting all of us. That has been proven, measles, hepatitis, dengue, lahat yan. Mga bakuna natin yan eh. But you know that COVID-19 vaccines are kind of new. And
Yeah.
even as an expert, I knew that, meron din tayong mga backdoor, behind the scenes na mga questions, and you have to be able to check all of that, no? Pero at the end of the day kasi, I would say this, whatever vaccine we have on hand, having been studied by our experts also in the vaccines, and having been scrutinized by the technical working group, by NITAG also, then I have to live it eh. So I had to have that shot because people do not want Sinovac made in China. Alam naman natin yan eh. That's the claymore eh, na bakit kailangan
Correct.
made in China. Okay lang sana kung pagising natin maging Chinese na tayong lahat, no? Or Chinese speaking na tayo. So there's so much against it. Parang napaka-grabe ang discrimination for this vaccine. So I have to live it. And true enough, because I had that vaccine, I would say we are successful. Our healthcare workers are getting vaccinated. We receive a lot of good reviews already. So I have done what I am supposed to do, which is to live whatever I preach and be an influencer for good.
Amen.
That's nice.
Diba?
Yeah.
Oo. Sir John, you have a question for Doc Jean?
Probably while Doc was speaking earlier, probably I think it's just really important for us to reiterate and let our viewers now hear straight from you, Doc, like how important really is it to get vaccinated?
Yeah.
It's very, very important. Alam naman natin, no? This is what I have always been. If you follow all the interviews that I have, all the write-ups that I have, no, both here in Central Visayas up to the national level, I have always been saying this. Vaccines, when they're given, are safe. Number two, we are going to live with COVID. COVID is here. It's not gonna go away. It's gonna be like flu in the coming years. Na kumbaga, minsan may flu ikaw, parang wala lang, diba, buhay ka pa din. But there's so much uncertainty with coronavirus. So we need to arm ourselves kahit partly by having the vaccine. No? So hindi mahalaga kung anong brand. Ang mahalaga, itong mga bakuna na to, pinag-aralan ng maigi at alam natin na ito ay makakatulong sa atin. Pangatlo, even if we have the vaccines already, we need to understand that the public health measures is to be maintained. So bakuna plus public health measures equals to, that's gonna keep all of us safe. We do not really want to wait nga masakit sa ta or atong kamag-anak o kaya mamatay ta atong kamag-anak, atong loved ones before we believe that tinuod ni si coronavirus. We have to learn to live with COVID because this is the way to go. And in also have what we call another infectious disease. Kasi ganyan ang cycle niyan eh. Magkakaroon na naman tayo. Dati, di ba, nagkaroon tayo ng SARS, nagkaroon tayo ng Ebola, ng MERS, di ba? So ngayon si coronavirus. And I believe, because this is how it's gonna be, there will be another pandemic. And I hope it doesn't happen in our lifetime again. if we are still
Okay.
here, you know. So, kahit
Yeah.
sa buhay ko, hindi ko inisip na mapasali ako sa pandemic. It was never in my bucket list to be part of a pandemic, and more so being placed where I am right now. It has never been in that bucket list.
Correct. Same here. Agree
Mhm.
with you, good sir Doc. No, nga mura bitaw. Goodness, if there's one thing that I can change in this lifetime, it's that. But nevertheless, murag okay na pod per because this is an experience, good siya. But Doc, ano lang siya on a personal note, how are you now? Because it's like 2 days since you have your vaccine. How are you feeling with all this mga at saka siguro Doc follow up, normal ba gyud na siya nga naa gyud siya reactions ang body sa tao o galahi-lahi kasi we hear nga na uban naglabad lang ang ulo, sakit lang
We call
diri and
that
then ano.
we call that okay, so Ange, this is what we call the adverse events reactions, no, or
Mm,
AEFI. So hinumduman nato nga ang bakuna is a foreign substance. Ihatag sa imong lawas. That means to stimulate your body, your immune system to develop antibodies against SARS-CoV-2. So
mm-mm.
anything nga imong ihatag sa imong lawas, your body reacts to it. So that's part of it. So that's normal. At I
Okay.
remember having the flu shot. Sakit
Mm,
man yun na siya, inig-injection. Ako pa, talawan kay kong injection, maiki kong injection. Pero I'm also afraid. And my children knows that, no? Nga grabe ko katalawan. Pero syempre, kaya gani, no? I don't even have my blood tests taken every so often. Matingala bito ko ng uban every 6 months, every 3 months magpa-blood test. I don't
oo.
do that. And I'm in the laboratory. I'm afraid
Mm-mm.
of injections myself. That's why I
Mm-mm.
get myself tested every 5 years kasi that's my gift to myself, no? I have to overcome
Okay.
my fear. So, the pain on the site, naamang yun na siya kay injection ba yan na siya. I felt that.
Okay.
But
Oo.
then after the vaccination per se, and today is already my second day post-vaccination, God is still good. I'm still alive. I'm not feeling anything. Although last night, siguro gikapoy ko because we have been very, very busy. My God, I don't
Mm-mm.
even know my time anymore. So talagang I rolled over in my bed and at 8 o'clock, I had to shut down everything and sleep, just have a good night's rest. So,
Mm-mm.
wala man. But then there will be people who will experience headache, o kaya naman
Mm-mm.
feeling nauseated, feeling dizzy and lightheaded. These are normal reactions. Uban gani mo develop og rashes or allergies,
Mm-mm.
no. What's important is, number one, when you develop an adverse event, you go to the nearest clinic or hospital. So you will be
Okay.
attended to. Number two, if there are really adverse events like that will need hospitalization, the government has promised and has assured us it will shoulder all costs provided it is within the PhilHealth package and provided that
Mm-mm.
you go to the identified government facility. So, you see,
Mm.
giandam sa atong gobyerno kaning atong pagpabakuna. I don't see any problem at all why we should be afraid. We will always have some, adverse events, pero these are mild comparing to kung dili ka magpabakuna ug magrabihan ka, dako kay imong bayaran sa intensive care
Correct.
unit, pwede ka pagyud mamatay. But the saddest that I have seen in this pandemic is this: when you get admitted for COVID, you cannot have a bantay with you. You cannot be
Oh.
visited. So it can be a very lonely world in the intensive care unit. So don't get sick. So have yourself vaccinated.
Yun. So, no,
Mhm.
ana yun siya, bitaw, no, because wala man po na siya gimugna lang ang vaccine. And then, siguro, tip po siya siguro, Doc, no, before you get vaccinated, have yourself checked ba? Kay
Yes,
para ano. Mm-mm.
that's part of the protocol actually to have
Mm.
that medical screening. So dili man po ka
Mm-mm.
bakunahan nga wala nang medical screening. Number two, pag
Ayun.
human nimog bakuna, you have to stay for 30 minutes to 1 hour for monitoring.
Ayun. So,
Mm,
yun, di ba?
okay.
Salamat. 'Di ba? So at least kampante no because we have prepared kasi daghan gyud kay siyang mga fears I still can see nga murag di ko magpabakuna kay inana but this is like the shield that we're getting straight from the expert na gyud kang Doc Gino mga ka-age.
Right.
Doc, we would love to converse with you this but then we understand you also have your karang mga appointments but kanila gyud siya Doc the second kay murag bitaw with the coming of vaccine na naunta tay light and then nisulod si South African nga variants,
Variant.
'di ba? Oo, variant siya. So, how is it, Doc, now that we're having this vaccine and then there's this mga istorya po sa other experts that saying this variant is compromising yun siya the efficiency of the vaccine that
All
Vaccine.
we
right.
are getting.
For a very brief background lang, basta
Mm-mm.
gani RNA virus like SARS-CoV-2 or coronavirus, very unstable virus na siya. So meaning to say
Mm-mm.
kung unstable na siya, it can really mutate. Mutation
Mm-mm.
is is a problem in copying the genetic material. So I'll put it in
Mm-mm.
layman's term. Kung ikaw ang kay istorya adto kay Jan, pag istorya nimo sa iya, istorya niya sa lain nga tao, pag abot sa ika-10th or 12th person ng imong giistorya sugod, padulong sa iya, malahi na ang version. So that
Mm.
is how
Mm.
the virus works. So when
Mm.
I get infected by SARS-CoV-2 and then I get well and I transmit it to another person, there is that possibility that as it enters other bodies, other hosts, then there will be changes in the copies of the genetic material. That's a mutation. So,
Mm.
Mm.
karon kung daghan kaayo ta og transmission nga dili nato siya makontrol, mutations happen. And then when mutations happen, then there can be a variant and there can be a strain. So, going back to South African variant, there are three known worldwide already. The UK variant, you have the South African, you have the Brazilian variant. But the problem with the South African variant and even with the UK and the Brazilian variant is this. They have this portion in the spike protein nga ilang gihilabtan nga paspas na noon kaayo siya matransmit. So mas daghan siya og matakdan. We call that
Agoy.
increase in
Mm.
transmissibility. So kung kaniya to,
Mm-mm.
and I get to see that in actual cases here, where before I only see one person in a household of 5 to be with COVID, now I see all 5 infected already. So there is increased transmission. Second is
Mm-mm.
the impact on testing. Pwede pa ba nato ma-detect si SARS-CoV-2 sa atong mga ginahimo nga testing protocols karon? The answer is still
Mm-mm.
yes for now. And the third is its impact on the vaccine efficacy.
Mm-mm.
The answer
Mm.
there is this. According to the manufacturers and to the experts, there are certain vaccines nga dili kaayo mahilabtan even with any variants, meaning to say it can still be effective. But then
Okay.
there are also vaccines whose efficacy level will be lower when it is given to an individual with South African variant. So,
Oh.
what is the lesson to be learned here? The lesson to be learned is very simple. We need to, number one, be vaccinated with whatever vaccine nga naa na din ha, because we really want to have that protection. Second is to control transmission. So minus the vaccine, kay gamay pa man lang ni siya kaayo, then we have to adhere to the public health measures. So dili ta
Well,
pwede
yeah.
magpakampante, kailangan pa rin tayo maghugas ng kamay, suot ng ating face mask, ng ating face shield, dumistansya pa rin tayo.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Doc, no, for clarifying that, no, that it's not really nga murag useless na si vaccine nato, but it is a shield because that's the available shield nga naa karon sa to. Doc Jean, thank you so
Yep.
much for your time. You have
Thank you
siguro
so much.
message, parting message sa ato ang mga viewers on this ano.
Okay, so thank you so much for inviting me in your show. I used to be the host, not the guest. And I'm just yeah, you know how life has been with us, no. I have been a host for more than 15 years, but now I apparently seem to be the guest everywhere and all over, no. So for all your viewers in IH, this is what I can say. Of course, we always have to pray because at the end of the day, it's prayer that can really help us heal this land. Our prayer should not be for ourselves and our families only, but for our leaders and for our country. All right? So it has to be a prayer for everyone. Number two, whatever tool we have in our hands to protect and prevent the transmission to go further, let's use that. Number three, we need to be helping each other to be healed as one by, by following the guidelines, the protocols that we have. Kasi at the end of the day, we will have to be together as one. And when we are over this pandemic, God willing, we become better persons, a better country, and a better world.
Yun. Thank you so much, Doc
Yes.
Jean. And we also
Thank
pray
you so
for
much.
you sa imuhang mga endeavors din ha sa Central Visayas and for the Philippines in general na yun siya. Your precious time yun nag-share sa mo is much appreciated. God bless you always, Doc
Thank you.
Jean, and see you around.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
Doc. Bye. Ayan.
Yon, Sir Jan. So, magpabakuna na taingon pa si Wawang bitaoy. Mo
Doc.
gyud na siya. Oo, have
Because it's
yourself.
safe.
Correct. 'Di ba? Mo na siya giingon kay gistadihan naman na siya. And that's the available shield that we have apart from the non-pharmaceutical nga katong masks and face shield and you
Yep.
do
Yep.
the
Yep.
hand
Yep.
washing. This
Hand
time na
washing.
jud kay imuhang pharmaceutical nga pang shield. Ayon.
Shield.
So, correct, no? So,
Yes.
moving on, Sir John,
Yes.
karon na
Let's
pod
move
sa
on.
ato ang lahi nga port pa kanon. We let's call in and inyohan na ni nga moment karon mo exit ko gamay
Mao
ang
ba?
mag-share pod sa iyahang advocacy. Hello.
Yes.
Take it away, Sir John.
Hi. Thank you so much, Ma'am Angel. So to continue, ladies and gentlemen, so we now have another guest from the TCM department. So she's the spokesperson for on behalf of her group, and this afternoon she will talk about her advocacy. So let's welcome Duff. Hi, Duff. Maing hapon. Okay, so it seems nga murag dili stable ang connection. But then yeah, last week, like for several Saturdays now, we have had students from the TCM department who were our guests, no? And then they shared their advocacy. So I think for the last Saturday, it was something about the what do you call that? Something about the tinabangay, no, among the college students, so that they will be able to, you know, continue with their online learning given the challenges na of the online learning. It seems nga murag unstable ang connection, Ma'am Angel, ni Duff.
Yeah, sige. Pero ano, pwede man siguro pod nato siya ipakita ang ilahang advocacy, Sir John ba nga video? Can
Yeah,
we
so
can
like
we do that? Oo.
we can proceed to the showing of their video. So ang
Oo.
pangalan sa ilahang advocacy is Tingog Inday Dalan Hapsay. So this one is, you know,
Yo.
in celebration. This is very timely kay as what we have said earlier, we are celebrating this month women, no? We're celebrating
Oo.
women. So kining advokasya nila, if I may, you know, share na lang on behalf of the group, this is
Correct.
calling for like a safe space para sa atong mga kababaihan. Naay mga experience ang ato ang mga kababaihan nga kana bitawng murag na, what do you call that? Kanang mag-whistle gali na catcalling.
Catcalling, 'di
Catcalling.
ba? Kay ano lagi siya
Which
kayo kung commodified magud kayo ang
yes,
babae, 'di ba?
yes. Yeah. So this one is advocating for a safe space para sa ato ang mga kababaihan. So probably we can
Yo.
just play the video na lang. Yeah.
Yeah, sige, let's share it. Here na po mga ka-IH.
Gas. Gas sana do. Number we. Number. Wow.
Unsa man ni bisan unsa bet atong suoton? Nagya po'y lalaki nga managbuy.
Wala man sa atong gisuot bay, nagi na sa mindset sa ubang laki mo ugid og problema. Awa gud oh. Nag t-shirt ra ko lus pa jud niya. Buhat gyapon to nila sige pang nitsit.
Ayan.
Ayun, 'di
Yes,
ba?
yes.
So, bitaw tinuod bitaw gyud na siya no. It's never gyud siya a compliment kay naa man gyud siya malicious gyud siya nga intention ang
Intention.
catcalling man god. Correct, 'di ba? So, mura bitaw sure gyud ka nga kuan yun na imuha kanang pang nga kanang pang appreciation nimo sa babae, 'di ba? It's never good siya
Not.
respectful to do that sa mga kuan mga kababaihan ng catcalling. And yeah, mura
Yeah.
bitaw for us mga women mo share lang ko no kay basta sa mga kalalakihan nga nananaw karon mga like grabe gitagbuyan lang bisag nagkuan na siya. It's never we really feel we will never feel safe if somebody does that because that means naa siya evil nga intention ang babae
Intention.
sa imuha sa amoa.
Ang
So mura
lala.
bitaw dili siya kilig ang among gabation but rather mura mig oh my gosh what kind of a man is this inana na
Nabastos.
siya o
Mm-mm.
unsa ang iyahang gusto nga buhaton sa amoa anak karon di ba
So the intention of the video also is to send a message to our women, to our women who's watching now, nga really to speak up and don't be afraid. No, so if you have experienced that, you really have to fight no against. We don't want to create that culture nga of disrespect sa ato ang mga kababaihan. So if you have experienced that, you can always contact the group of DAF and then or like whoever authority nga angay nato nga duulan kay para nga undang og na maka-create kitag kultura sa pagrespeto sa ato ang mga kababaihan. So tingog inday.
yes gani bitaw no part of us women having to be provided with a safe space is to stand against any of those nga mga ano it's never we have a bosses we can say no to those it's siya 'di ba
Yep.
and speaking of
Mhm.
standing up against those mga conventions nga gi-create sa atong chauvinistic na society Sir John is ito na nga ang
Yes.
main nato nga guest this afternoon but before we bring them out 'di ba I'd like to share with you a video of this because we did in the first season of In Harmony, no, we did an interview on kung unsa si Tinabuan. We weren't able to really like talk to Ante kung unsa gyud giunsa gyud niya og sugod and that. So, let's watch this bago na to sila ipagawas ang video.
Yep.
Ayun.
In the peaceful town of Lagonglong in Misamis Oriental is a happy social entrepreneur named Esmerna Gabutina. She owns the Tinabuan Arts and Crafts, a sinamay making enterprise under the Department of Trade and Industry's One Town, One Product or OTOP program.
Kini is a dal, no? Dal kini made of all abaca fiber. Kini giwib na mo ang raw material sa ani sa abaca. Ang iyang hair niya abaca yapon. Ang abaca tanan gi kini abaca, ang iyang nawong abaca. Wagid ang iyang sinina abaca, the whole body is abaca. Oo.
Kani lahi na siya sa
Kini no, abaca gyapon. Kini ra ang ribbon mo sintetic. Kini abaca gyapon ni tanan. All ang among dolls made of abaca. Pero giwib ang iyang di body, weave.
Formerly a pharmacist, she started a handicraft business primarily to help the women in her town. With the technical assistance from the Department of Trade and Industry, she organized these women to learn how to produce value-added products from the hinabol fabric.
Kay Permiro, pharmacy man to, kay pharmacist man ko. Nag-open din ko after graduation. Nakapasar man ko, nag-open ko og pharmacy. Nakuan man, nasakit man sa cancer. So, dili mo ko gusto og nganan og ghost pharmacist na mawala lugar kay wala di ang pharmacy open ang boteka o niya without a pharmacist. Ito ang makonfirmi sa Cebu. Every 28 days ang chemo. So, why mabilin? So, gi-close ko. Hasta na dayon ang akong bakery. Ang ako na yung ginawa pagkamatay na sa akong husband, akong ginauna na magkuhan ko cottage industry. Kay akong naunaan na sa cottage industry, daghan akong matabangan. Oo, maumag na ako ng advocacy, makatabang ko. Kay ang sa pharmacy o sa Sa pharmacy, ang makakwarta, ako ra og ang sales girl. Unya, sa bakery, arang-arang kadaghan-daghan. Pero limited gihapon. Pero kung sa industry, from the farmers down to the weavers, unya, before ana, daghan pa kaayong mga makatrabaho.
By establishing her business, Nanay Esmer created a positive change in her community in a number of ways. First, she helps the farmers in her village by buying their abaca harvests. Second, she provides work to many by hiring them as coilers to make the abaca thread. She then gathers men and women to serve as weavers to create the crafts of Tinabuan.
Kaya primero ang farmers, no? Mupalit ako sa ilang produkto. Kung pagpalit sa ilang, that is by kilos, ihatag ko naay mga coilers na sa among term din hit tinagap. Kanang pagsumpay pa, pag-join, coil na isigreet man mo, ibitay nila kanang ilang kanyang abaka, unya piliun pa nila asa ang masumpay. Pagkasumpay adto ilang ikuwel. So another
to siya, oo.
Today, they make bags, purses, hats, and other fashion accessories, placemats and coasters, holiday decors, flowers, blinds, ribbons, all made from sinamay or abaca.
Ayun! And mga ka-IH, help me welcome Auntie Esmerna Uyguangco Gabutina and Kuya Patrick Gabutina, the mother and son tandem, ang mga creatives din ha likod sa Tinabuan Arts and Crafts that you earlier saw. And that was a few years ago na, Kuya, no? 2017. For
Yeah,
anything else,
pre-COVID.
maayong udto, may hapon sa inyong duha diha.
May hapon sa
Naing hapon sa imo ug sa mga namati karon ug nagtanaw.
Yes, salamat kaayo for joining us this afternoon's conversation in celebrating our women kasi si Ante magud siya for no is really a model ba no in this nga despite her age she still kept going, but even that she was able to establish the Tinabuan Arts and Crafts, di ba? So, ano siguro siya? Kay mura magud siya ang notion ba ante is kana bitawng kanang kung maghimo kag inani nga klase nga negosyo kanang medyo different siya sa typical nga negosyo that you had, di ba? Because you were a pharmacist o nanapog kay bakery. And then you transition to you call it cottage industry unya karon gitawag na siya social enterprise. Was it ano siya ante? Was there ever any challenges nga inyuhang na experience when you were putting up this kaning inyuhang Tinabuan Arts and Crafts, and if there were, kumusta ang pag-manage nimo ato?
Ang sa ana ang market, no?
Mm.
Ngay aside from sa kuan mga sa buteka, mga bakery di naman to ni may market. Pero kining among sa among cottage industry di kinahanglan gyud. Pero katabangan nung pud mi sa DTI through trade fair. Sad ang kuan ang sourcing of raw materials. Kaya dito nimo ni mga kuha sa mga farmers, dito sa mga bukid, layo gud na sa sentro. Mo kada ang among mga duha sa among mga challenges at naa po sa uban.
Isa po sa challenge is the capability building sa kuan sa atong mga workers, no? Because especially na mama started with a pharmacy, a grocery, and a bakery. So, and then sudden ang shift to cottage industry. But one good thing about it is Lagumlong has always been known for abaca weaving ever since, no? When Mama was still young, she used to sell hinabol, but not as bags, but as fish nets. So before nylon was discovered, no? So kato siya, that's I think one of the major challenge was letting teaching the bakers, the salespeople, and then the other women also of Lagonglong, how to to weave again the long
Mm.
lost na mga traditional weaving sa Lagonglong.
Yeah, kay 'di ba ano man siya daytood no? This is so ako na-gather is ang tao ninyo sa bakery o sa grocery maora ni transition siya into social enterprise but it's a different thing kay magtudlo pa ka og weaving. Tama, kuya?
Yes, oo.
Mm.
Kay it's the same people na like Jeannie and Ganga and Baby, they have always
Mm.
been with us for so many years, no? And then
Oo.
Panol and Ariel. In fact, they got married to each other kay ang taga-Balingasag na baker namo, naninyo sa among salespeople na
Eh,
taga-Lagonglong. And then,
oo.
so when the pharmacy, the sari-sari store, and the bakery closed, wala sila work, no? So,
Hmm.
but Mama started Tinabuan, and good thing na Jeannie comes from a family of weavers, no? Sila ang mga old weavers of Lagonglong, and
Mm.
Ganga, one of our weavers also. Young families is also into mat weaving, so their backgrounds were already into handicrafts. So
Ah,
although sudden lugar, it's like a kuan yun lugar, no, kanang grabbing a curve without to shift to another industry,
yes.
but they
Oo.
already had a background
Ah.
before.
Di ay. So at least ba
Ang pag
dili
ano
na
na
siya
lang,
from the zero. Go ahead, kuya.
oh, kuha na lang po dayon ang pag new ano na lang dayon, new technology na ang sa una man gud is purely kuan gid siya kanang
Mano-mano.
uh, mano-mano gid siya. So now na spinning machine, and then na stripping
Oo.
machine, ang for the raw abaca fiber.
Mm.
So the introduction of na new technology, and katupong ingon ni mama nga marketing, no, kay unlike
Yes. How
before
how was it?
in the
Oo.
early in the early 80s, si mama raman dunay bakery sa Lagonglong, and then ang
Oo.
pharmacy duha ra ka buok. So
Mm.
there really was dili tayo major na challenge ang marketing. But with the bags and the handicrafts, so many people and from different places are doing it. So major challenge gid ang kuan marketing to
Yeah.
ni mama.
Oo.
Luckily we are
But
PTI was there.
yeah, DTI. And then now, no, because your products are already being marketed na abroad. You see, sa atong mga ka-IH, di ba, if you follow Tinabuan Arts and Crafts, their IG and their Facebook account, you would see nga naa na gyud siya dito sa US. You have a partner now. That's a blessing already. But ang ako kang auntie ba is as a woman bitaw at that time, 'di ba? Karon manggod kay medyo si babae kay mura na gyud may boses na gyud siya but I recall ba murag ang mga babae gyud ang image tong una mga babae is nara siya sa balay. Unya, pipila ra gyud siya ang makapaeskwela, 'di ba nga babae kung inana siya. But for auntie bitaw to transition to do that to instead of like purely earning kay si pharmacy ug si bakery, hello, mag-produce lang ka ag diha, di na gyud kay ka magproblema. But ante, mangutana ko, what was your motivation nga mo kuan man ka, nga kanang ni-transition ka and instead of like you helping yourself, now you have moved out and helped others nga murag kamo together ni grow. Unsa imong motivation ato? Oo.
Kaya ako po ng advocacy kung sa pagtabang man sa katawhan, nadaghan gud sa amo
Mm.
mga non-working mother na
Mm.
tama na rin sa pagkaon, di na makapaeskwela sa ilang mga anak. Mao
Mm.
anak ko sana nakahuna nila po sa aning cottage industry. Niya, sila sa
Mm.
mga, sila wala mga trabaho, karon nakapaeskwela sila sa private school, nakapag-graduate ilang anak. Unya,
Mm.
nakatrabaho ko gayon.
'Di ba? It's so rewarding from that, no? Kuya, mangutana lang ko, has auntie always been that kana bitawng kanang generous with her time, with her gifts, with her blessings? Inana siya sa inyohang ano? Kay ako ha
Oo,
before like kuya, kana bitawng given no with what she has experienced nga kato bitaw siya to travel pa to take care of your papa, and then despite sa nahitabo sa imong papa, she stood up mura bitaw. And dili lang kamo ni Ate Ethel ang iyang giatiman na pati na ang ubang mga kababaihan sa inyong community.
When when Mama was kanang in her 40s, no, atong si Lolo Binal pang mayor, no, when when my grand uncle was mayor, she was already very active in not in politics, but in social civic activities. She organized the Lagong Women's Circle, and siguro to tawag nila, and then they had a project na nasa playground for the children diya sa park sa Lagong before. And then during also the time sa katong mayor ang kasi ni Mama, she was also very active with the First Lady before of Lagong to organize with livelihood programs. And then when when Papa died, she got more active also, no, kay atong pagka wala ni Papa, marag siya kanang she was like when you suddenly kayo to, no, nga nakurat si Mama. But then after that, she focused her attention sa yun sa mga women, no, working women. The sa mga housewives sa Balagong ayan gusto tabangan. And then the expansion, instead of just the bakers, the salespeople, nag-expand na, and then isa gitong i-mention po ni Mama was this, no, kato, we don't pride ourselves with how much we have in the bank or in material possessions, but we pride ourselves that through the efforts of our weavers and our social enterprise, we have several students who have graduated, no, with degrees in one in criminology, one in education, two with the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, and then there was one with a TESDA degree, TESDA certification also. So these are the successes of Tinabuan that we pride ourselves with the people that we have helped in making their lives better. So it's so karon lugar mingon din sila nga busy mo kasi ng Esmerna, nag-graduate naman na yung duha ka anak. Pero ang among mga weavers na uban, they still have children who are in grade school, who are in high school. So it's a cycle, no, we really have to help each other in these trying times.
Ba kay kuan generous you kay si auntie, with that. And yes, ang more than the material nga blessing makuha ninyo, it's how Tinabuan and what auntie and you kuya are doing and making a change sa community gyud siya ang kanang mas meaningful, mas valuable, di ba, sa inana siya. But was there kani siya kuya ba kay pandemic bitaw na hit na gyud siya, and sa negosyo, unfortunately the reality is nagay mga negosyo nga nang shutdown. How was it with Tinabuan Arts and Crafts pod siya like last year? Was there ever nga murag ni Lilo or
Yeah,
nagkuan pa gyapon? Oo.
sales, no?
Drop in
Oo.
sales.
Ni baba gyud siya ang sales ante.
From diversity, no?
Nagkuan nag-divert mi sa another products na kana ba ang gamit na sa during pandemic. Unya makagaan na magtrabaho katong among mga workers na kuang kini ang pagtahi sa face mask. Na mo katong na busy na sa din sila pagtahi katong akong mga kuan manahiay na usa man unya na sila sa panganan sa face mask. Katong gamit gyud during pandemic.
Oo. So
And
yun.
then
Yes, go ahead kuya.
we also we got we got lucky, no, because in the beginning of the year, in the beginning of last year, no, January, we were still able to deliver a few items, and also this year, no, but we also tried to develop products that are attuned also to the times, no, na like some of our products are ano usually our products ng Abaca is it's very hard to wash, no? So ang concern karon is hygiene. So we developed also a product na the inside is removable ang mga linings so that you can wash it every now and then. And then maybe you can wipe the bamboo. So with our bamboo bags, you can wipe the bamboo. And then for the inside also, the lining is removable so that you can wash it. So ano siya, we've tried to adapt to the changes in the in to the changes in sa hygiene and other health protocols. So we can only do this through very limited ang options, no? Pero one of the most significant na change is the washable na lining which you can remove. And then we've made it na karon na po na practice na maybe I think it's a good idea to have removable na mga components of the bag so that you can wash it, you can clean it, or you can interchange it also.
Ayun. So
Multiple tasking na ang bags.
yeah, 'di ba? So mo na siya. So pwede ra pud siya nga wala tong cloth, 'di ba kuya? Because the bag itself
Yeah.
can be, no? So in ana.
Actually, if you look at our bags, to be shown ninyo ko kanina, like the one with the pagi and then the one with the tarsier. Yeah, this one. All of these, ang linings are removable. So you can actually use the bags without the lining if you want. No? Like if you're, like this one, in the bag in the middle, it would look very nice without the lining. Okay? It's going to be see-through. And then you can just put your pouches, your organizers there, and then it's okay. You can see the insides of the bag because it's adapting to the demand of the demands of the times na kailangan siya
Correct. 'Di ba? Plus
pure.
it also promotes kanang indigenous nga products, 'di ba? Because these are
Yes.
'di ba, indigenous natural always because that has always been your advocacy man po, 'di ba kuya, that you will produce kanang ethical nga mga products, 'di ba? That it's
Yes.
helpful to
So
the environment. So, yun.
we
Kuya, go ahead.
we try karon no kay before we usually dye our bags and then now we're looking towards more natural na mga material manipulation, no? Like we go for we're looking into na dyeing siya using barks or coffee beans and
Natural.
then natural. So we're still looking towards that, no? And then we hope because we hope to develop these products and then we're talking with the OST and DTI how to come up with ethical, politically correct and ethically right
Yes.
na products, no? It's not harmful to the environment and then we
Oo.
hope to achieve very minimal ng waste. We hope to recycle things and then we
Mm-mm.
hope to upcycle materials and then repurpose and then reuse materials so that nothing goes to waste.
Correct, 'di ba? Yun. Kanang ano siya, ang ano mo gud siya, authentically naagid mo yun, nagyud mo yun niche karon kuya, 'di ba? Nga this is really daw this is tinabuan and kanang the product makita man nimo bisag even without the labels you would really know nga tinabuan na siya. But and this is made possible, correct me if I'm wrong, it's because of the tandem ninyo ni auntie o ikaw kuya and of course the other pa nga mga input but the creative gyud siya nga director in the tinabuan was you kuya. How was it like, can it be a relationship that you are working with your mom, doing things with your mom, and inana siya? Lingaw magud siya kaayo tan-awon pero you are talking business. Kay most kami ha, di pag ko negosyante, ang amo lang kakakita among impression lang is pag negosyo is lahi siya sa family nga matters. But ano magud siya, dati nabuan is like it's a family siya nga enterprise. So, can you share kuya your story on that sa atong mga viewers?
Mama started it all, no, with
Mm-mm.
Tinabuan, no. In fact, she really came up with the Tinabuan Arts and Crafts na name.
Mm-mm.
Because Tinabuan means pasalubong man in Visayan. And
Yes.
in our design process, no, we talk to. It's not just me as the designer, no, but I talk to the weavers also, to the makers. Na, is this possible? Let's say for this bag, no, it's a bag. No? Na, we talk to our weavers na mahimo ba siya? Mahimo ba siya nga buhaton? I might make a design and then yun ang akong weaver dayon nga dili man na mahimo because pagtahi dili siya yun ana. So it's really a group effort, the making of a bag. And then mama also sometimes incorporates her crochet or incorporates her other designs. And then after the design, then we make the prototype. And then ano pa dayon na siya after the prototype? We talk about if is it really comfortable ba siya gamiton or maybe the length of the strap is too long or it's rough to the touch. So there are really things now we talk about yun as not just as mother and son but as her as the head of Tinabuan and me as creative head, and then also as our the seamstresses, the loom, the weavers. So it's really an effort, a group effort, and then ano dahil siya, and then we come up with a design na dahil.
Ayun. But si auntie gyud siya di ay no ang nagsugod ba and then with you. Nice siya
In
no. So
in 2000 man, no? 2000, yes, 2000.
oo. So yun. So this is really like auntie's signature legacy and then nasunod. Oh my gosh. Kuya, ano lang siya or for auntie before I'll give you this question and then auntie can answer because maginhawa sa takadali po dayon siya ha. Kasi kuan man gud siya because looking at it, 'di ba? You see karon sorry ha, I'll be bringing in mga stereotypes about sa babae and then with auntie breaking those stereotypes bitaw nga kanang gi mura makita na to ga auntie has started an enterprise mura siya a corporation kung equivalent ba nimo siya na she's babae siya, 'di ba? But she's proven nga mura bitaw hello kana bitaw wala gyud na siya but pangutana lang gyud gihapon ko, was there ever a time nga nahimo siyang issue sa imuhang ante ang imuhang pagkababae sa imong pagbuhat ani tanan sa imuhang kaning sa tinabuan? Pero ante, motubag ka ana after ani tan-awon sa nato ni siyang isa ka video because this is a video made by another woman nga kauban nato sa In Harmony, si Miss Donna Chris Lopez. Pamisa, bago lang siya nag-change siya iyang apelyado. This is for everyone to see kung especially karon kay medyo naatay mga food crisis, no? So what can we do as an alternative sa atuang mga pagkaon? Mga ka-IH, check this out atuang In Harmony Thumbs for this week.
Hello KIH, this is Donna the Food Explorer for In Harmony Thumbs. So today I'm gonna share with you some meat alternatives. No meat? No worries, we got you covered with some delicious meat alternatives. Here are the following. Number 1. Tofu. As the universal meat substitute, we have given tofu or soybean curd the number 1 spot on this list. Aside from its neutral flavor, the best thing about tofu is the fact that it comes in varying degrees of firmness and its texture changes as one cooks or freezes it. When cooked or dried, tofu becomes tougher, making it a more believable alternative to meat patties. It can be blended into a shake, frozen into a pulp, or chopped into cubes and eaten as its own. Tofu is also full of protein, iron, and potassium, which makes it a great meat alternative, especially when paired with spices. Number 2. Jackfruit. While many enjoy jackfruit or langka as a sweet treat or dessert ingredient, many more are beginning to see its potential as a meat substitute. Chefs claim that its versatility is key. While a ripe jackfruit has a banana pineapple hybrid texture, an unripe jackfruit has the ability to provide a meatier texture that makes it taste and feel substantially similar to meat. And while a ripe jackfruit tastes sweet or sour, its unripe counterpart is starchy and somewhat savory, allowing it to absorb the taste of various spices. Number 3. Lentils. Lentils are a type of legume that are high in protein and fiber but low in fat. Research shows that they are also full of phosphorus, potassium, and folate, vitamins which help regulate blood pressure and muscle health. While there are many kinds of lentils, the most common ones come in brown, green, and red. Brown lentils are the least expensive and usually work well as an additive in soups. Green lentils have a nuttier flavor and go great with salads, while red lentils, milder and sweeter than green lentils, are usually used as purees. All are good meat substitutes that can be used to make vegan meatballs, burgers, and tacos. Number 4. Tempe. Tempe is an Indonesian food made from fermented whole soybeans. Although plenty of people think it's similar to tofu, it actually contains less fat and has a firmer texture when compared. While plenty use it as an alternative to chicken because its color and texture is similar to that of chicken breast, it can also be barbecued or cooked with Italian sauces. Because of its neutral flavor and firm texture, it's also the perfect complement to salad dressing and curry. Number 5. Chickpeas. The scoop of chickpeas extends beyond the boundaries of hummus, although that is one of its most famous recipes. A wonderful substitute for vegan burgers, chickpeas are also great as additives to salad, toast along with feta or goat cheese. Its distinct texture and flavor are great for Middle Eastern and Indian recipes, which combine a melange of taste to create rich depth and texture. Chickpeas are also most famous for their high levels of folate, which is essential in cell division and absolutely necessary for pregnant women or women in their childbearing years.
So, whether you're a vegetarian, vegan, or finally getting around to trying meat alternatives, there is now plenty to choose from. So, stay healthy and safe, and enjoy cooking using your meat alternatives ka-IH. Bye for now!
Think naka-mute ko. Sorry. Oh, yun. Sorry. Pasensya. Medyo nag-pantomime ka late. No, so I was saying ba, salamat ka. Gimute pa ko ganina while ga-play ang video kay basig manggawas ang akong audio. So anyways, as I was saying ba, no? Donna, salamat kay sa pag-share sa imuhang healthier alternative sa karon sa ato ang ka-crisis sa karne. So dili kayo ta mag-worry kay we have that and that's even more healthy. And then balik ta sa katong gipangutanan ako kang auntie ka ganina kay ba idol jud bitaw gid kaayo ka ante sa walay pabor-pabor no because like at your age mura gini kana bitang you have accomplished a lot but then dili ra gyud na siya nga kana bitang it's just you took care of yourself only but you took care of a community and then babae ka. Daghan kay pagyapog mga stereotypes karong panahon na when it comes to babae, making a name in the community, creating a change in the community kay mo man gyud na siyang ang ginakampanya sa atong mga kabaihan, di ba, sa Pilipinas. Juana Changed, but Auntie has already changed. 'Di ba? She has made a change na siya. But Ante, was there ever a time nga sa imuhang pagbuhat ani nahimong issue ang imuhang pagkababae?
As for me, wala may issue. There's no issue for being a woman sa business, no? Okay. Naamang gani, most of my workers are women. Mga babae, ako mga kauban. Nga, naay atong president nga duha, di ba? No, to president. So, naapagani mga babae na ako kung sa'y mahimo sa lalaki, we can also do the women much better pagani. So, para sa ako, it's not an issue of being a woman. Kaya sa Bible, bitaw, di ba? The women are close to the strengths.
Yes.
And we lapse without the fear of the future, di ba?
Correct. Oo.
So, parang yun, maraog. Para na ako, parang yun, not an issue being a woman.
Diba? Pa, kay dili gyud siya ingon nga kay babae ka, magpakahilom na lang ka, 'di ba, ante? Diba? So in ana, yes, you want to say something more pa, ante? Napaka ano as alright, so mo na to. Ba kay si ante gyud bitaw gyud ako ang gakakita bitaw nga sometimes I wish ba nga para bitaw kung maabot ko sa iyang edad, dili sa ingon nga kanang ano ba, but how I wish I would have also made an impact just like what Auntie is doing to the community even up to this moment ba kanang oo pero
I'm already 82.
You are
82
years
old. Yes.
Ba,
during the 70s, active ako sa mga civic organization during my the 70s mga ako mga edad pero karon 82 na but still working para sa Tinabuan.
Ante, what keeps you going? Kay mura man gyud siya ano, there's no stopping and there's no even if nag-pandemic, you have proven that nya kana bitawng even at your age ang pandemic wala ra gyud siya. Ano gyud siya? What kept you going, ante?
Ang ako mong good na daghan pagay kaayo gusto ko matabangan. Kay daghan ko nagkinahanglan pa og mga daghan naglisod karon. So in my little ways gusto ko na ako share sa ila.
Diba? Dili gyud siya little sa amo. Kuya Pat, yes, amen to that, 'di ba? Kay ang mission gyud siya, 'di ba? So how is ano siguro kuya, for my question for you would be like how was Auntie? Siguro na personal na siya nga ano. How was Auntie as a mom? Nga kanang ano lang siya sa inyuha ni Ate Ethel.
Ako na si Mama. Very kuan kayo, very caring. One example lang no kanang when we still had our house in the Romlong, no, and then mauli ko, Mama, uli ko, I'll have lunch there. The next question would be, ano mo gusto sa lunch? How can ako kung may tamban, ma? And then so, wala may magsuri yung tamban. So mangita gila siya tamban. Pato sa merkado, taon kong kasuri yung tamban. And then the next text na ko na yun, like a few minutes, where are you now? Nainganay ko, Ma, Nueva. Then a few minutes na said, asa na kadapit? Magluto na mami para init pa ang food. So, until the time na naka na sa balingasan. So, ikaw, last na gini nga call. lagi ko like, I'm just like 3 minutes away from the house. Asa na kanapit kay magandang lumamiss na kuan sa mga basiyo, sa lamesa. So, kuan kay mama is so into details, no? And then she's also into ano yun na making sure that everybody's comfortable. And then especially before, no, when with the house in the Lugong, no, before, it's an open house every day, and there's always she always makes the point that there is enough food, no, more than enough food, so that if ever somebody goes into the house, no, na musulod because the house is open, no, and then lingon na nang naway pamahaw. That's a serious thing for her because she would always say yes, there is pamahaw, because she makes the point to cook extra for anybody who's going to visit the house. And we mean anybody, no, not just friends, not just relatives, but actually anybody na sulod. Even the fish vendors, no, suroy, they're very much welcome to eat at the house, no, because mama is like that. No? She doesn't have a panapan lang yun, not only an open heart, an open house, but it's really like for everybody to siya na kuan. Yung mission ata in life is to help everybody and to make the
Yeah.
lives of others comfortable.
Oo. Mo gini siya ba ang epitome of woman for others, ba?
Mm.
Kanang giingon pa no, man. Ito na siya kaon kay woman for others. And I really feel that warm yung kaayo si Ante, and it's really an honor and a privilege yun ba Ante to be in your fold mama ila, and kana bitang to be able to see how you are, and you are aging gracefully yun siya and beautifully. Kuya, before ta mag-end, siguro I'd like to ask you, sir, this is also an honor to Auntie Esmer. Ayan, yeah, siya. Would you have a message for Auntie? And then, siguro, after Auntie, mangayo din kong imuhang message na to sa mga kababaihan karon who are also like struggling and finding their voice sa ato ang community. What can you advise to them? Sugdan nato si Kuya Patrick. Kuya, your message kang Ante. Oo.
Ay, no?
Oo.
Mama's always been an inspiration, not just to us, but to everybody. And then we pray that she would have many more years to do this, no, to achieve her advocacies and to achieve her mission of helping others, and not just our weavers and our Tinabuan family, but the community as well. And then she has been a mother, not just she has been a mother, not just to May and my sister May, and a grandmother to Ivan, my nephew.
Yeah.
But she is the mother, the tita, the friend, the lola of so many people, no? Not just Tinabuan family, but a bigger community. And we hope that this will continue more, no? And we hope that through Mama we can help build better communities.
Amen. 'Di ba? Beautiful, beautiful nga message, 'di ba? Auntie, imuhang message na to before ta we go sa mga kababaihan karon nga who also has their shares of struggles.
Uh, sa akong kauban ng mga babae, labi na dito sa amo sa Lagumlong, ayaw kamo ka handok na dili mo trabaho kay babae kamo. Unya na ang lalaki ra ang trabaho kay kusgan. No, dili. Kay pariha ra kita tanan ang babae o lalaki. O kunan akong sulti sa ilan na mo kuan lagi sila dili mahadlok ba. Kung sa ilang hatun kay kami ba ang babae? Mura ba o lingkon kami kaysa ang lalaki, di ba? Kaysa na natin kay we're loved by God, oh? Ay, di ba? Nayang ingon lagi. We were close with strength.
Correct.
Nadili mi mahadlok. We just laugh the fear.
Correct. 'Di ba? Tinuod. Thank you so much, Ante, for sharing your inspiring story with us this afternoon. And Kuya Pa, thank you also for joining us this afternoon. We hope and pray ang In Harmony team and the rest of our mga viewers po. We pray for more success sa inyong Tinabuan Arts and Crafts and mas daghan pa po. We are with you in your prayer and your wish nga mas daghan pa nga matabangan sa inyong Tinabuan Arts and Crafts. And sa itong mga viewers, magsugod ta og tabang, bitaw share. Go visit their Facebook page. It's Tinabuan Arts and Crafts, and their IG also. You can see their merch there, and of course order, and if not share kay guwapa yun siya kaayo. I have a few of their collections. Guan pag yun ko. Napod, wa pa ko kakuhaan ilang bago nga collection karon. Sige ra gyud, sige ra gyud. Thank you so much. Yeah, I miss you, and this is so kanang yung refreshing yun siya nga nagkauban ta bisag sa virtual na lang sa gyud siya, Ante, di ba? Sige lang, Ante, mahuman na gyud ni siyang COVID, magkita na ra gyud pud ta sunod-sunod, mag-hug na gyud pud ta, mag-kiss sa imo ba? Di ba? Amping kanunay, amping. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. God bless. Yun, mga ka-IH, no? Such an inspiration ba ako as a babae ba? As I mentioned na kaganina, I really look up to Auntie Esmer, no? Nga, despite all these mga obstacles sa ato ang kinabuhi, and picking up from what she said, di ba? Do not be afraid. Kung unsa na ang naa sa imuhang nakafocus ka, do it. Kay babae, tinuod yun na siya. Kaya na nimo mapaunsa pa man, especially with what the Bible verse that we shared kaganina. Especially pag yun, if you put your anchor didto steadfastly, didto siya uban sa ato ang Ginoo. Thank you so much yun sa inyong pag-uban sa mga karong afternoon. Next Saturday is another exciting episode that would be a celebration for Fire Prevention Month. Kay Bibo man kayo ang March, no? It's the Women's Month and the Fire Prevention Month. So, kumbaga ang theme song nato daw ani, These Girls on Fire, di ba? Diba? But before we go, we will share with you this trivia in celebration also of the creativity nato sa tagsa-tagsa, because we need that to keep us afloat also in this time of the pandemic. Remember, mga ka-IH, no? We only have one earth. Let us care and share. Let's always live in harmony, and we do that by keeping our conversations going. Happy weekend, and see you again next Saturday. And please,
Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo. These quartet may be known to most kids today as the resident crime-fighting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Not many people know, though, that these characters are based on real-life individuals who definitely were neither ninjas nor turtles. Though arguably the least known of the four, Donatello di Niccolo di Bettobardi is considered as one of the greatest sculptors of the Renaissance era. Donatello is best known for his marble and bronze masterpieces, such as the statue of Saint Mark, Saint George, and David. His key trademark, however, is attributed to his self-developed style in sculpting called schiacciato, which is evident in his commissioned work The Ascension and Saint George Killing the Dragon. If you have read Dan Brown's Angels and Demons, then you have an idea of who Raffaello Santi is. Best known as a painter and an architect, his famous works are those associated with the Vatican stanzas, such as the Sistine Madonna, the Repulse of Attila from Rome, and the School of Athens, which paid homage to the great ancient Greek philosophers and mathematicians. Unlike his turtle counterpart, Michelangelo Buonarroti is known to be hot-tempered and has a habit of making people angry. Despite that, the sculptor of the Great David and the Pieta is a classic Renaissance man, a man that sought to develop skills in all areas of knowledge. Aside from being a famous sculptor, his works at the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel and his contributions to the completion of the St. Peter's Basilica still draw crowds to Vatican tourists even to this day. This Renaissance polymath is perhaps the most famous figure in his era. Aside from his world-renowned Mona Lisa, The Last Supper, and the illustration of the Vitruvian Man, Leonardo da Vinci also created illustration for his inventions like the ornithopter and the helical air screw, which are both flying machines, and the armored car. However, most of these never got made, as the technology of da Vinci's time never caught up with his ideas.
And that's our trivia. Till next time.